Hello, Ron.
Hello, how you doing, Ron?
So good evening, everyone. We are going to start the meeting on time. As you guys know, today is the special elections. So if you have not gone out to vote for county executive, please go out to vote. The polls are open until 8 p.m. today. All right, so that's my disclaimer to you guys. All right, give me a minute. So welcome to let me take my glasses off. The agenda for the legislative meeting of mayor and council for the city of Rainier. This is a virtual meeting held today, Tuesday, March 4, 2025. At 7 p.m. Valerie, can you go ahead and let me do a call of order and then you lead the Pledge of Allegiance, okay? Jared? Jared
Oops.
with double T?
I was muted, sorry. I'm here.
It's okay. Luke? I don't think I see Luke yet. Valerie?
I'm here.
Danielle? Hello?
Here.
Danielle?
Sorry, I was muted. Here.
Okay. So we have reached quorum and watch out when Luke comes in, inform me so that we could do the attendance. All right. So we have established quorum. Valerie, can you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yep. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Before we go to review the agenda, that's item number 2. We have added up an update from Mr. Ethan Sweep from representative from Congressman Glenn Ivey office. That's going to give us an update and information, okay? So I'm going to be asking for the agenda to be approved with that addition. So that'll be number 4. All right, go ahead, Valerie, give us a run through.
Okay, agenda of the legislative meeting of the Mayor and City Council, City of Mount Rainier, Maryland, virtual meeting Tuesday, March 4th, 2025, 7 p.m. 1, call to order, Pledge of Allegiance. 2, review of agenda, 5 minutes. The Mayor and Council will review the agenda for the meeting, adding or deleting topics of interest or discussion. 3, Mayor and Councilmember event announcements. Number 4, update from Mr. Ethan Sweep, representative from Congressman Glenn Ivey's office, 5 minutes. Mr. Sweep will provide an update to the Mayor and Council on their office's actions in the wake of the current administration's executive orders, the Service Academy nominations, and appropriations update and other announcements. 5, presentation and discussion on the Mount Rainier $1 Million Incentive Fund Program for Best Barbers LLC, 15 minutes. FSC First Team will present the application for Best Barbers LLC to the Mayor and Council for the Mount Rainier $1 Million Incentive Fund Program. Number 6, presentation and discussion on building application for 4121 29th Street, Mount Rainier, Maryland 20712. The Mayor and Council will have a presentation from the owner of 4121 29th Street, Mount Rainier, Maryland 20712. 7, presentation of closed session summary, 5 minutes. The Mayor and Council will receive the closed session summary for February 18th, 2025 from Vice Mayor Valerie Woodall. Number 8, public comment. Please see page 3 of the agenda where the rules for public comment are listed. If you wish to speak, please advise during the virtual meeting. New business, number 9, appointment of Nathan Gately and Ms. Monica Savoy to the Mount Rainier Board of Elections, 10 minutes. The Mayor and Council will appoint Mr. Gately and Ms. Savoy to the Mount Rainier Board of Elections. Number 10, vote on approval of minutes. The Mayor and Council will vote on approving the following minutes. January 21, 2025, work session, February 4, 2025, legislative meeting. Number 11, presentation of minutes, 5 minutes. The city clerk will present the February 18th, 2025 work session minutes to the Mayor and Council. Number 12, adjournment.
Thank you so much. All right, perfect. Can I have a motion to accept the agenda with the addition of Mr. Sweep to the agenda as item number 4?
So moved.
Okay,
Seconded.
probably moved. And second, any objections? Abstentions, hearing none. It has officially been added. Okay, perfect. And wait a minute, I see a couple more people from the office of Glenn Ivey here as well. A couple of our friends. All right, perfect. All right, so we're gonna move on to Mayor and Councilmembers event announcements. So we're gonna start with Jared.
Nothing to announce.
Perfect. Valerie?
Just that on April 5th, the Recreation Committee is hosting the community yard sale. So applications to waive the permit fee for that are due on March 28th. So get those applications in. Thank you.
Perfect. And if they need more information, where can they reach Valerie?
It's on the city website. I think it's mountrainiermd.org/yard sale. But I will look in the chat and put it there.
Perfect. Thank you. And thank you for addressing the website because we spend a lot of time so people go directly there so that way they don't have to chase around all of us. So it becomes more efficient for us in the community. All right, perfect. Danielle, and then Luke.
No announcements, thank you.
All right, and Luke. Okay. And just in addition, Mr. Pruden, who is very well known in Mount Rainier, who has been with us quite a bit of time, will be speaking on behalf of Ethan today. All right, so perfect. All right. Upcoming events. The Prince George's County special primary election is today. The polls are still open until 8 p.m. Please go out to vote. And you get to vote for your county executive for Prince George's County in the special election, at least for Mount Rainier, and then there are other elections going on for the stuff, but for our city, that's the only one that we have. The budget public hearing for council and work session will be held Saturday, March 22nd at 9:30 a.m. That's when we do a whole Saturday or fun enjoyment reading of the budget. And all of our departments, our city manager, our whole administrative team is there to walk us through the whole entire thing. All right, moving on to community yard sale. This is Saturday, April 5th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. The egg hunt, Saturday, April 26th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Nature Center. The city elections are May 5th from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Nature Center, and Mount Rainier Day, Saturday, March 24th from 11 to 4 p.m. at the Nature Center. And this is our 115-year celebration. So, happy and enjoyment, right? For announcements from me, I definitely want to thank our team, the Board of Elections, the administrative team as well. We had a wonderful event with Thomas Stone Elementary, celebrating Black History Month. There was music, there was art, there was entertainment, there was delicious food, but more important than all, there was community and a lot of resources. So it was a good way to hang out and celebrate. And every year we have been alternating in order to make sure that the community goes in. But it was definitely very enjoyable. So thank you, Melly and your whole entire team. I know Jared was there, Pink was there as well, helping out. And we also had the Board of Elections. Mario Cisneros was there also registering. We registered a couple people that were like first time registry, like 16 and over. So that was really adorable, especially because it's a young person who we all known for many years. So that was pretty nice. All right, so thank you guys. Those are my the other thing is like we are gonna be in DC for the National League of Cities big congressional conference next week. And we have a lot of work to do. They're the ones that helped us manage to get the funding for the $9.7 million, and as well as give us update when it comes to the whole fair advocacy. Several of us are part of like very wonderful committees at a national level, right? And just a reminder, when we sign up to those committees, it is extra volunteer time that we dedicate to make sure that the city is well represented, and we are in the know of so many things coming. Other than that, the mayor conference is coming up as well. And we have meetups with the governor and various members of his cabinet. And this afternoon, I was able to testify on SB 820, which will allow for some of the fees, to go higher. A lot of the issues that we've been having as a city is the fact that when it comes to some of those fees, like people just take them for granted, and there's a cap. And this is like more for the bigger locations. I got a call from one of the residents this week, and they were like, hey, trash has not been picked up for over a week, and it's like piling up. And that's where a code department could say, hey, you've been a repeat offender, and this is creating now like an issue with safety and healthiness when it comes to making sure we follow the rules. All right. Anyways, it was a good turn down, and I know Chief and I also testify on some of the camera bills that we were waiting on, and also on the ANA, implementation. So it's been a lot of work in Annapolis. Valerie was there for other reasons as well. So we've been doing a lot of overtime, making sure that we represent the city to the best of our ability. And the remaining of the 90 days is always a lot of work, but it's our job to make sure that we're represented, and at all times that they know what we care about in the community. Perfect. All right, so moving on to item number 4, we have, from the Congressman Ivey office. Oops, sorry. I am so sorry. My phone is going everywhere. Mr. Joseph Pruden, who has joined us in previous occasions in the city for our events when it comes to veteran events and community events. So he's no stranger to any of us. So, Mr. Pruden, the floor is yours, and we're so happy to have you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening. My name is Joseph Pruden, and I am the Veterans and Military Affairs Liaison with the Office of Congressman Glenn Ivey. Thank you so very much for having me this evening. To say these are unprecedented times is an understatement. Like many of you, Congressman Ivey is deeply concerned by the rash of unchecked executive actions taken by President Trump and his unelected billionaire bureaucrat buddy, Elon Musk. Their extreme actions have gutted diversity programs, threatened thousands of federal jobs, stopped critical foreign aid that keeps our country safe, and frozen federal dollars for critical and life-saving programs, all in a matter of weeks. The arbitrary decisions of the Trump administration have no clear goals, do not bring down costs for the American people, and threaten to invade other nations, including our allies. This does not keep people safe, and the firing of civil servants does not make our government run more efficiently. The American people elected a government to help make our lives better. As such, Congressman Ivey supports efforts to make the government more efficient, lower the cost of food and medicine, implement sensible immigration reform, and keep the public safe from threats at home and abroad. And his House Democratic colleagues are supporting similar efforts. Instead of addressing the real and complicated issues of working Americans, Trump and his unelected sidekick, Elon Musk, are focused on the needs of billionaires and lining their own pockets. So how can we fight back? By leaning on the two additional co-equal branches of our federal government. Congressman Ivey supports efforts by unions representing federal employees to push back in the courts against illegal, arbitrary, and discriminatory firings. Many federal employees have civil service protections or collectively bargain for rights that protect them from removal based on political retaliation. Our courts must step up to ensure these rights are not trampled on. Additionally, Congress must stand up to tyranny. While Congressman Ivey's Republican colleagues appear to have developed amnesia on the role of Congress, he would like to remind them that the founders made Congress Article 1 branch of our federal government for a reason. Congress makes the laws and Congress appropriates the federal dollars. Congress is an equal partner with the White House in governing our nation, not a junior partner. Many of the actions taken by Trump are illegal and unconstitutional. We must not be afraid to exert our powers to protect working people and their families from a president acting outside of his authority. Please know that you have a fighter in Congressman Ivey as we press forward through these difficult times. He will not stand idly by Trump and Musk, whichever of them is really in charge, destroy our federal government and the work of generations of Americans to make our nation a more perfect union. If you or someone you know has been affected by the policies put into practice by the Trump administration, please have them visit our website, ivy.house.gov, to find resources for federal workers, immigrant families, and the LGBTQIA+ community. This resource page is located under the Services button, then Resources for Marylanders affected by Trump administration policies. If you are unable to find the information you need, please call the office and our staff would be happy to assist you. Additionally, Congressman Ivey would like to remind you that our office, about our office's congressional nominations to the military service academies. We've talked about this in your meetings before. This is an annual ongoing event. The congressman can make nominations to the U.S. Military Academy, the Air Force Academy, the Merchant Marine Academy, and the Fifth Academy, the U.S. Coast Guard Academy, does not take or need nominations. Please understand that a nomination is not a guarantee of entry. You still have to pass the entry exam by the Academy, but you must have the nomination to get in. For more information about service academies, you can go to the Congressman's website, ivy.house.gov. Next, we are excited to announce that we are currently accepting applications for our summer internship program at Congressman Ivey's district office. This is a great opportunity for students and recent graduates to gain valuable hands-on experience in public service, community outreach, casework assistance, and special projects alongside our team. Ideal candidates are enthusiastic, detail-oriented, have an interest in public service, and live in the Maryland's 4th Congressional District. The internship will run from June to August, and selected interns will be working out of our district office in Landover, Maryland. All applicants must be above the age of 18 and have a high school diploma. If you or someone you know is interested, please send a resume and short personal statement to our intern coordinator, Nicholas Robinson, and I'll give you his email address, nicholas.robinson@mail.house.gov. If you have additional questions, please call our district office at 240. We've talked about in your meetings before. For those who are wondering what it is a grant program where members of Congress can submit projects to the House Appropriations Committee for 501c3 nonprofits and local governments in Maryland's 4th Congressional District. This program was started in the last couple of years, and it has been a great way for us to provide funding for projects that help the residents in our district. Our office will begin accept applications for this when we receive guidance from the House Appropriations Committee. We're still waiting on that in the meantime. As in past years, our best guess is the process will likely be similar to FY25 guidelines that can be found online at the Appropriations Committee website. If you have any ideas for projects or would like to get more information, please reach out to our office to schedule a meeting with Ethan. If you are one of the 15 projects that was selected for FY25 CPF program, unfortunately, we do not have an update as to whether or not these projects will be included in the final FY25 funding package. If they are not, we will likely be able to resubmit them for fiscal year 26 if they are still eligible. Thank you again, Madam Mayor, Council, and members, citizens of Mount Rainier for giving me this time at your meeting. I'll take any questions if you have any.
Thank you so much. So this is our formal invitation for our veterans event. That's in your calendar, right, Mr. Pruden? So make sure you come and join us.
I will be there.
Perfect. Does anybody has, let me see, do me a favor, staff. Don't allow nobody else to come in. We're going to lock it up, right? I think the people that need to be here are here. But any chances we have somebody come in late, there's only one person that's going to be accepted coming in, and then everybody else will have to view it elsewhere, okay? Because we are using that same link, and I definitely don't want to make sure we don't go through this again. All right, so does anybody has a question for Mr. Pruden? I'm going to go around. Valerie, go ahead.
No, thank you for all you're doing. I know this is a tough time for everybody, so thank you for the presentation and the information, and we'll be sure to share it with residents. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Jared?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you for your time tonight. Thanks for the Congressman's leadership and supporting community and obviously the civil service writ large in the moment we're in. And thank you for your continuing partnership and patience with whatever snafus we had tonight. Thank you. Not a normal thing.
Thank you so much. Danielle?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Pruden, for coming in. And you have my deepest empathy for everything you're going through right now. And I know you as a veterans liaison are pretty busy right now yourself. So thank you for taking the time to come and bring this information. And I know I'll pass it around to my constituents. So thank you.
Please do. Thank you for your comments, all of you.
Thank you. So one thing, we do have a question for Mr. Hopkins is it a paid internship, the one that you spoke about this summer?
They are not paid internships.
Okay, perfect. Well, perfect. Of course, thank you for this information, but please extend our thank you to Congressman Ivey. He does a lot of great work. He's giving a lot of good fight. I know that they have put various workshops and information when it comes to the federal employees and also when it comes to resources that it was very timely and also needed. So the whole entire team, every time I see the congressman, I tell them how wonderful you guys are and how willing you guys are in anything that we need. We reach out and you guys are very responsive. So thank you, Mr. Pruden, obviously to Ethan and Beth as well, who we we enjoy how great they are to us as well. Okay. But
I will pass your, I'm sorry.
So the other thing I wanted to make you aware is that we are working on the back end on a resource page. So we're going to be linking the page from the congressman to our page. So that way, residents could have a landing page in our page when it comes to our other elected officials, when it comes to the state of Maryland with the governor, when it comes to the congressman, when it comes to our council member. So that way, at least they're able to outreach and find the information given us. So that's a way for us to be able to highlight the things that you're doing without having to duplicate multiple times the work that you're doing. Because we know you guys have the latest information and you guys update very often. So we appreciate you guys as well.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate that. There was a very large resource event last Saturday. There will be another one coming up in the near future. I'll make sure that it gets to you, Madam Mayor, and to the city manager.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Pruitt. You don't have to leave, but if you do, have a good night, and thank you for all you do as well, okay?
I appreciate your time, and I will be back to your meetings as often as I can. Feel free to call the office or call me at any time.
Perfect, and thank you for that great work you guys do. I know it's not easy right now, and we need you and the whole team to be giving the good fight. I know you guys are, so thank you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Perfect. So moving on to the next item, presentation and discussion, the Rainier $1 Million Incentive Fund program from Best Barbers LLC. FSC First Team will present the application for Best Barbers LLC to Mayor and Council for the Rainier $1 Million Incentive Fund program. All right, so Ron, I'm gonna give you the floor. Can you go ahead and explain to the community what the $1 Million Incentive Fund is? I know you know, and I know we know, because we worked really hard that incentive fund about 8 years ago. So go ahead.
I'd be happy to. Thank you, Mayor. This is a request for $25,000 in a forgivable loan for Best Barber LLC. They trade as the District Grooming Company. The owners of the Best Barber are David and Courtney Addison. I believe David is on the line too, as well as my co-workers, Dippy Patel, Jennifer Burnett, and Andrea Shower. At least they were.
Give me a minute. Is all your team back in yet or no? Because we could check the waiting room to see if anybody else is in there to bring them in. Can you check if all your team is here?
Yes, hi, I'm here. Jennifer Burnett. I'm joined to the call.
All right, perfect. I just want to make sure I don't because we're trying to lock it down. So I don't make sure the people that are here need to be here. All right, perfect. So that's
Selena, sorry. I'm forwarding the link to Don Medley because she wanted to join, so she might come in.
Perfect. All right, so Jared, can you make sure Don comes in as well? All right, so I just realized I do have both Rons on the line, so I have to be specific which Ron I'm speaking to. So Ron W or Ron H.
W, okay. That's fine.
There you go. Perfect. So before that, before we go to Mr. David, how do you call it, like Addison, Ron Hopkins, can you talk a little bit about what the $1 Million Incentive Fund is and what have we been doing with it?
Okay, so good evening, everyone. The primary basis of the $1 Million Incentive Fund is to attract new businesses to the area and revitalize and revamp and upgrade existing businesses in the area. So we have one of the good things about our $1 Million Incentive Fund is that we offer a $25,000 forgivable loan if it's for equipment purchases only. And we've assisted so many businesses like Penny Royal Station, Hands On Barbers, Doda's Kitchen, Colors by Tangi, So Creative, just to name a few. So we've worked very closely with FSC First. They've been our partner in this, and they are the administrator of this grant. So I guess that's it. I think Ron W. will be able to answer any other questions as we go along, and I'll be able to answer some questions at the end of their presentation as well.
All right, perfect. So we're going to go to the presentation. And Ron, are you leading the presentation and who's speaking? Ron W.
Ron who?
Okay, go ahead, Ron. Go ahead, Ron W.
Yep, thank you. Best Barber has moved their location. It's a full-service barber shop. Originally operated location in Hyattsville, Maryland. Last year, actually the January 2004, they bought a property at 3829 34th Street to move their location into Mount Rainier. The business is owned, as I mentioned earlier, by David and Courtney Addison. David has an extensive background as a barber. The business has experienced some very solid growth in 24 in gross revenues in coming to the new location. The request here is for $25,000 that will improve the second story of the building as well as the parking lot. They've already financed and opened up their operation and they renovated I think if anybody's been by that location, they've made a lot of improvements to the exterior of the building. The first floor is already built out. And what this will do is expand the business into the second floor. To let you all know, FSC First is also doing a companion loan through another program where we will finance the equipment that will build out the second story to allow for more barber's chairs and just various improvements to the property. The business, we've looked at the financial background of the business. Like I said, the revenues have increased dramatically, really, from the move to Mount Rainier. The expectation is they would continue to grow. Credit for Mr. and Mrs. Addison is very good. The business itself is established and will definitely, in our opinion, be an improvement and add some economic benefit to the city with additional employment. And with considering all of this, we would recommend approval. And if you have a few minutes, we will entertain any kind of question. David's on the line, and I will entertain any questions y'all might have. Selena, you're muted.
Sorry, this one again. The reason why FSC does the presentation is because they're the ones that they're the underwriters, and they're able to get all the information and be able to make fiscal responsible recommendations to mayor and council, because that's the area of expertise. And when we originally started this project, we paired up with them because not only are they recognized in Prince George's County, we're very happy, and I'm happy to see here Don as well, right? Now, the CEO of the organization. In order to make sure that they were a set of experts to be able to look at the information, to be able to know their investment as a city in the businesses was set and solid, instead of having a group of people that might not have the same expertise or the backup, and their ability when it comes to why we do the things. So we have approved a couple of them, like, Ron had mentioned. They usually come, give us a rundown after they see the financials, the projected, and see if it's a viable business that will live beyond hopefully forever in the city of Mount Rainier, right? But that's the idea. And in order to make sure that our investment as a city is well sound and protected. So we haven't had one in a while, so I wanted to make sure we gave a little bit of the feedback. And this project goes back to about 8 years. Me and Luke are aging ourselves just by that, right? But we wanted to make sure we developed some help. And the smartest thing we did was to bring experts to make sure they have dot the I's, cross the T's, but with the same way that if our money could be used as leverage to support to be able to access another money, right? It will give even a better fighting chance to the business. So before I go to you, Ron, I'm going to pass it to Mr. Addison, Mr. Addison and Ms. Addison, right? To tell us a little bit about their business, right? You don't have to say a whole history when you were a child, decided to be a barber, but tell us about a little bit about your family business, and in order for the council and the community to hear, because obviously we're making an investment as a city and a community. Go ahead.
Absolutely. First of all, I just want to say that I'm extremely grateful to be, my wife and I, we're extremely grateful to be part of the Mount Rainier community. Actually, when I saw the property, it was not available at the time. But We used a little bit of patience, and we ended up being able to have a chance to put a contract on the property. There were tenants here, and we were able to assist them in relocating. And we had the vision for the barbershop and the build out. Everything was a great experience. It's been a nice ride, and we're just grateful to be in business. We're looking forward to building and expanding. We're looking to bringing in more associates, more barbers. We'll probably be employing a lot more people. Just looking forward to growing and just being part of the community.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And
Absolutely.
Ms. Thank you. Extend that thank you as well to your wife as well.
Yes.
Okay, so Ron W., what is the ask that Mayor and Council is contemplating for approval so that we have it up front before we have questions being asked?
Sure, it's $25,000. We set up the loans. They're forgivable loans, but we put them on our books for a 5-year term, 9.5% interest rate. Should they leave the area prior to the lease running out, or 3 years? That's typically what the timetable is for the forgivable trigger to kind of throw. So.
All right, perfect. So I'm gonna go to council and then I'll open it out to the community, okay? And I see Ms. Logan, who was voting, is here. So you're coming up a little later. We wanted to make sure you exercise your right to vote too, Ms. Logan.
Thank you.
All right, so perfect. So Jared, the floor is yours.
Yep. No, thank you so much for coming in and for the overview, and just very much supportive. That's all
All right,
on my end.
perfect. Thank you, Danielle.
Yes, thank you so much. I think you're in. Aren't you in Ward 1? Selena? Is this Barber in Ward 1? Is this the building over there on 34th?
Yes, it is. It's 3829 34th.
Okay, great.
I don't. It depends what side of the street you are. You might be Ward 1 or Ward 2. But go ahead.
Either way, I think you are in Ward 1. So I want to thank you for bringing your business to Ward 1 and Mount Rainier as general. But I look forward to meeting you and your employees and spreading the word about your business to my residents in Ward 1 as well.
That's great. That's great. Thank you.
Valerie, go ahead.
I think thank you for the presentation and the discussion. I'm totally supportive. I love new businesses in the whole entire city of Mount Rainier. I think it's critical to bringing more people in and building our tax base. So thank you for doing that. And I have no questions for now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. And I will tell you that we have technically more or less 3 or 4 business areas in the city, right? So regardless of what ward it is, we welcome and, we work cohesively as a collective. And I think it's important to be able to bring resources to the community, especially as they're growing and expanding, right? So, part of our role is making sure that there are businesses that are part of our community, and I think that definitely having you guys as an addition. And I'm glad to hear you guys are growing and expanding. So it's going good for you guys, and you guys are going to bring more associates. So thank you for that. So let me see, what does anybody, Jared with a D, is anybody online that has a question? All right, perfect. So I don't see nothing on our chat. Let me see the agenda. So we did a presentation and a discussion at this point, right? So we're going to have to bring it back to a vote, in order for us to move forward. Okay. So I think that at this point, it looks like council has other questions answered. Mr. Kamali, anything to add, discuss, or you're good? Our city manager?
Oh, I'm good, Mayor, but I think that you guys have to approve it tonight. Because usually they just present one time at the legislative.
So I think that moving forward, I needed to go to a work session and then come to a
Okay.
legislative, okay? Because right now it says presentation and discussion. There's no added to vote. So we'll go ahead and vote to amend the agenda to make it a vote.
Thank
I'm
you.
okay with that if the rest of the council's okay, but other than that, we need to make sure that it's a two-step shop in order to make sure we line up, because I don't like missing. I could add certain things to the agenda, but I don't like messing with things that have to go with like vote unless it's an emergency. So, okay, council, I need to see thumbs up if we're good on adding the vote tagline to the agenda. Thumbs up. Valerie, you're good. Jared, where are you at? Jared, you froze.
Oh, sorry, I'm good.
All right, perfect. I saw all three. Plus me will be 4. All right. So motion to amend the agenda to add presentation, discussion, and vote when it comes to item number 5.
So moved.
It's been probably moved and second. Any objections? Abstentions? Hearing none. We had just amended the agenda, and now representation, discussion, and vote. All right. I just like to be transparent because then they're going to come asking why is it that we did this. Okay. All right. Perfect, you guys. All right. So seeing now that there's a vote, I would like to put a motion, and actually, Melly, can you also add to this Councilmember Fund program, the 25, the request is for the 25,000 forgivable loan. Okay, so that was on the agenda and is there for the historical record. All right. So Melly, I don't need you to do it right now, but if you go add it to the agenda formally, it definitely will help, okay? Thank you. All right, so perfect. So now we're geared for a vote. All right, all those in favor, make a motion, sorry. Can I have a motion on the floor to approve up to $25,000 and a forgivable loan from the $1 Million Incentive Fund for Rainier for Best Barbers LLC. Do I have a second?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jared, for a second, because I make the motion, you guys. Let's pay attention. All right, perfect. So any additional discussion? Any abstentions, objections? Hearing none, this item has been approved. So congratulations to the Addison family, as well as the Best Barbers LLC. So congratulations, and give us your address again so that way people could go visit you as well, Mr. Addison.
Somebody's in the bathroom. 38. Hold on for a minute.
It's okay.
38, 29, 34th Street, Mount Rainier, Maryland, 20712.
Perfect.
I'm excited. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very much so. And we'll be stopping to visit you as well. Thank you so much.
Please
all right. And thank you, Mr. Hopkins, as well. And the whole FSC first team. I see Don here as well. Don, we missed you a lot. You're always busy. I see you everywhere.
Thank you for having us tonight. Appreciate your confidence in us.
Always. And they see the FSC first team, they manage very, very big portfolios. Ours is the smallest one, one of the smaller ones, but you know, they've been outstanding partners. They know our vision, they know where we're going, and it's been great having you guys take on the big heavy load when it comes to that. So thank you guys so much. And as I told the other speakers, you don't have to stay, but you're welcome to stay, okay? All right, have a good night if you guys are going, and thank you guys for the work and look forward to continue collaborating, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Perfect.
Thank you, Mayor Gomez.
Aye.
Thank you.
Of
Good night,
course.
everyone.
I'll see you guys in the next event. All right, perfect. So moving on to presentation and discussion on building application for 4129 29th Street, Mount Rainier, Maryland. So we do have Director Ferrufino here with us. Go ahead, Alma, give us an introduction and let us, and I see Construction Portillo here as well. Go ahead, Alma, the floor is yours.
Good evening, Mayor and council members, city manager, and also residents. We're here today to do a presentation. I haven't been on presentations in the past few meetings, but always happy to be here. So we have here, Mr. Portillo is actually the person working on this property, 2129th Street, Concho Construction. He was actually approved from the county to do both interior and exterior work. Mr. Portillo, you have the floor.
So go ahead, Mr. Portillo, tell us what changes, additions you're gonna be making to the property. We definitely would like to hear it. Go ahead. You're muted. You did exactly what I did 5 seconds ago. Go ahead. It's still muted. Mr. Portillo, you have to take your mic off being unmuted. There
Hello?
you go. We could hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. So from the house, we're going to replace the roof, painting the siding, the exterior, and do the driveway with the pig gravel on the backside, and inside. So finish the flooring, leave it the 16 flooring, only sand and painting, and bathroom remodeling, and relocating the kitchen.
Perfect. So relocating the kitchen, a bathroom movement, and roof. All right,
Yes.
perfect. Thank you for that. Alma, is there anything that we need to know or anything that we need to be aware of? I mean, the county did approve already. Do you have any reservations or you're good?
No, we're good, Mayor.
So I don't have Luke here. So who's gonna do the Brian Nettler spiel? Is that you, Jared? Valerie?
I can, but yeah, no, just
Okay.
yeah, in general, and you're working closely with Alma with our code department, but the city has a couple extra additional layers on additional items on top that we just are want you to be mindful of in terms of not starting work early before 8 a.m. Not going late past a certain time. The city has a tree ordinance. So, before you take an action with any tree, and that's all, and that happens sometimes when, someone's coming in and doing work, you do need to check with the city. The tree is over a certain size. There's an ordinance and a process to review whether you can remove them or not. That's intended to preserve our tree canopy. And there's also a noise ordinance as well. Just, the excessive noise, especially starting early is something as well. So anyways, work closely with Alma, who I know you've been working with through this process, who can just make sure you're aware and responsive on any of the stuff that we have in the city. And I just, again, want to thank you so much for investing in our city, taking the time and spending your time and your resources on, making our community a better place. We really appreciate you.
Perfect. Valerie, you're gonna have to write that whole entire Brian / Luke / Jared, you did outstanding. I'll pass the note over to Luke. Luke so far has been I'm excusing Luke from attendance today. So we'll make a note of it. But yeah, so okay, so do you have any questions for us, Mr. Portillo?
No, for now. We okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
oh wow, sorry. I hold on a question. Okay.
Yeah.
For when is the permit is approved for the?
Alma will submit it to you tomorrow, right, Alma? If we approve it tonight, it's by tomorrow we'll be ready.
Yes, usually we're going to start tomorrow to work over there.
You can, Mr. Portillo. Usually after the presentation, the next day we give you your permit.
Oh, the next day. So because I plan
tomorrow.
For tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I plan to send my guy tomorrow around 8. It's fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, we're waiting for that.
So I would say when in doubt, go to Alma. You know, Mr. Rufino should be able to help you when it comes to the tree canopy to make sure there's no running residuals into our wonderful Chesapeake Bay area, right? So connect with Alma and she should be able to help you, okay?
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
So can you put on the agenda? So council, if there's nothing else, so Mr. Portillo, we're good. You could stay or you could go. Te puedes quedar o te puedes quedar si quieres o ya ir. Buenas noches, ¿ok? Así que como quieras. All right,
Okay.
entonces conéctate con Alma mañana, ¿ok?
Gracias. Okay, perfect.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, have fun. Bye, take care.
Bye.
All right, perfect. All right, so we're gonna have now, we held a closed session on February 18, 2025. Valerie will be submitting the summary for that closed session. Go ahead, Ms. Valerie.
Great, thank you. Closed session summary sheet to be read into the record. So date February 18th, 2025 at 8:45 p.m. The location of the Zoom meeting. We closed the session under annotated code, the general provisions article 3-305B for the reasons of subsection 7 to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice. Mayor Selena Benitez, Vice Mayor Valerie Woodall, Councilmember Luke Chesak, Councilmember J.R. Stolzfus, and Councilmember Daniel Carter voted to go into closed session. It was a unanimous vote by all 5 of us. And the people that were in attendance were Mayor Selena Benitez, Vice Mayor Valerie Woodall, Councilmember Chesak, Councilmember Stolzfus, Councilmember Carter, City Manager Karish Komali, and City Attorney Alyssa Van. No actions were taken, and the topics discussed were to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Look, I just finished excusing you and you show up. You needed to me to hear you, right? So excuse you for being tardy, okay?
Thank you,
Luke.
Thank you, Mayor.
No problem. All right, guys. So that is a presentation from the summary. We're gonna move on to public comments, and we're gonna move very fast because I'm trying to make sure we end by as close as 8 as possible. All right, because our poor Board of Election for life members are here. Want to make sure they also they have a lot of work to do. All right, so is there any public comments from the community? And I'll read the spiel while you let me know if there's somebody here. The mayor and council invite and welcome comments at public meetings. The mayor or presiding officer will recognize you. Please make sure to introduce yourself with first and last name for recording purposes and give the name of your street and block number, IG 4300 block of 34th Street. Please indicate in the chat whether you like the mayor to read your comment or you will speak on your comment. Public comment has a time limit of 3 minutes per speaker unless otherwise agreed upon the mayor. While speaking, please maintain a courteous tone and avoid personal attacks. If you wish to lodge a complaint about the performance or conduct of any city employee, please bring it to the attention of our city manager, who will look into the matter and respond to you. As a courtesy to other residents and business, the council requests the speakers not to use a specific address or names of individuals when describing a situation or making a complaint, noting the block is preferred over a specific address. I'm thinking that I need to start recording that so we could just play because it's a lot of work. I feel like a flight attendant, when I do that. But all right, perfect. I don't see no comments on the chat. And it was nothing on Facebook, correct, Jared? All right, thank you. So we are going to be closing public comments and we're going to be moving on to new business. Item number 9, appointment of Mr. Nathan Gatali and Ms. Monica Savoy to the Mount Rainier Board of Elections. Mayor and Council will vote to appoint them. Mr. Gatali and Ms. Savoy for the Mount election. So earlier today, they went through the process of anything you needed, but we do have here our chair for the Board of Elections who did her due diligence to make sure to recruit people for life, right, Nicole? There's no way around it. So we're going to give her the floor for a few minutes in order for her to introduce, and we'll hear a little bit from our new Board of Elections members. Go ahead, Nicole.
Mayor, thank you so much. So Mayor, Council, residents and guests, thank you guys for having us today to share our updates about the Board of Elections. So as you all know, we are preparing for our next city election on May 5th. Our city will be voting for a mayor, council member for Ward 1, and council member for Ward 2. So we have a lot of work to do. And obviously, the purpose of the board is to oversee and ensure a fair and transparent election. And our current board, as the life members, as Mayor Benitez likes to call us, includes myself, Ophelia Baxter, Mario Cisneros, Casey Jones, Thomas Delbrew, and Tara Graham. And we are so proud and excited to add Monica Savoy and Nathan Gately to the team to support the process. Both Monica and Nathan bring a variety of impressive experiences supporting not only local and federal elections, but also have been in positions where they're contributing to and impacting policy. So we are thrilled to have confirmed them to the board and look forward to them continuing with us to serve our community. And a plug before Monica and Nathan jumps on to give you the 30-second infomercial about themselves. Last day to file candidate packets for the 3 seats that are open is on Monday, March 24th. So if anyone out there has any questions about the packet, what to do, submissions, feel free to contact our city clerk or reach out to the Board of Elections, and we will be happy to support that.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And Nicole, was the line very long for voting when you went over?
I was so excited to see it. It made me late to join this call, but it was wrapped through the foyer on Baltimore Avenue. So I was ecstatic to see that many people turning out and that late in the day continuing to rush in to get their votes in. It was perfect.
We put you like down the list just in case to give you enough time to make it, because you're not gonna get away from speaking lifetime member. Okay, so we're gonna go, Miss Savoy, Monica. 30 seconds. Who are you? I mean, you don't have to give me your life childhood, but yeah, whatever you want to say for those 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Nicole. I won't take long, but hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. If we haven't met before, I am Monica Savoy. I'm a resident of Mount Rainier, Ward 1 for, let's see, about 6 years now. So it's been a pleasure being in this community. I was born and raised in Prince George's County, so in Oxon Hill, Maryland. So happy to be settling here and excited to serve the city in this way and hopefully meet you all in person.
Thank you so much. Nathan Gatali, now your turn.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, just a little bit about me. I've been a resident here at Mount Rainier for a few years now, since March 2021. Like Nicole mentioned, I've got some experience in federal and international elections, observation and advocacy, things like that. And I'm just really looking forward to serving the community, supporting these upcoming elections in May and going forward as a member for life. So thanks very much.
I know. I warned them earlier when I got to meet them. They were signing, documents to get us ready for the vote, right? I'm like, this is a lifetime position. I should not be seeing no one being sworn in. Maybe like an update, a retune, because we want to like get a clear update. But they're, as long as they live in the city of Mount Rainier, they're part of the Board of Elections. They're not going anywhere. They know this. So for the record, you all heard this, right? So this is not news to them. All right, perfect. So Council, I'm going to go ahead and put a motion on the floor to approve the appointment of Nathan Gatali and Monica Savoy as Mount Rainier Board of Election. Can I have a second?
Second.
Any objections? Abstentions? Hearing none. You guys have officially been approved. They already signed the documents. Mayor and Council, can you Mayor and Council, myself, make sure you guys stop by City Hall to sign their documents. Okay, that'll be great. But as long as we already signed them, they're already stuck with us. There's no way around it. But yeah, so congratulations. Yeah, right. And welcome to a magnificent group of people. You'll get to meet a lot of community members. You'll be asked 1,000 questions. And for those hearing, you obviously have Nicole, who's been our chair for a while, at least. Nicole, you've been chair for at least what, 10 years?
Oh,
I know
no,
for at least
not
8,
quite
more than
10.
8.
Yeah, about 8, yeah.
Yeah, because well, then you were, because me and Luke are 8 years now.
Yeah.
So you were like, oh wow. So it feels like an eternity at this point.
It
So we
does.
have a combination between a lot of experience and people are coming in who like, you guys are gonna be right on board really fast. I mean, it's a good collective, and if in doubt, reach out to them, ask questions, obviously. And our point for the city is our city clerk. We do not have elected official signed because we want to make sure we remain neutral when it comes to elections. After elections, we could like adjust certain things, but through the elections, your point person is the Board of Elections, obviously our chair, Ms. Nicole Logan, but also our city clerk, so that is the fun things about it. All right. So you guys could stay if you choose to, but I like how, we adjusted quickly, right? So this is my other set of clothes that I changed quickly to. But okay, so thank you guys so much for everything and for volunteering as well. We look forward to another great election season. And, we appreciate all the volunteers. So welcome to the big, club of volunteers for the city of Mount Rainier. Okay. So have a good night. If not, hang around. You're welcome to do whichever. Okay. And Nicole, thank you so much for making sure that you ran in, vote. You gave us a report back of the elections, and having an eye that knows what that is, it comes in handy. All right. So bye, you guys. Thank you guys as well for stepping up. Okay. All right. We're moving on to vote on approval of minutes. January 21st, 2025 work session, February 4th legislative meeting. Putting a motion on the floor to approve the minutes for January 21st for work session and for February 4th legislative meeting. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Luke. Any discussion? Objections and abstentions? Hearing none, the minutes have been approved. We have now the presentation for the minutes for February 18th for the work session to the mayor and council. No action needed. They're just presented a part of your package. If you have any questions, you know who to reach. All right. And thank you guys so much, our community. Thank you all for rehearsing your vote today. Hopefully soon we're able to hear who the new county executive is. And the various other districts. I think there was a county council, District 5, who was an election as well. And saying that, have a great day. Please reach out, and we look forward for you guys to also making sure you visit our businesses and, stay in community. We have a lot of fun things coming. All right. So, in saying that, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
It's probably moved and second. Any discussion, objection, and objections? Hearing none, we have come to the end at 8:04 p.m. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, staff, as well, for a wonderful night. And I know we squeezed a meeting right before it gets crazy with the budget, so we appreciate you guys a lot. All right, so have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, staff.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.